Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Prahlad Lad Daine.
Prahlad Lad Daine.
Hiranyakashipur Bhakshaha.
Hiranyakashipur Bhakshaha.
Shilatankan Kalaye.
Shilatankan Kalaye.
Shilatankan Kalaye.
Shilatankan Kalaye.
Ito Nasimo Parto Nasimo. Yato Yato Yami Tato Nasimo.
Yato yato yami tato nasimo.
Bahir Nasimo Hidaye Nasimo. Narasimha Adim Sharanam Rapate. Narasimha Adim Sharanam Rapate. Avakar Kamalavare Nakha Akut Shinga Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Nar Hari Rupa. Jai Jagdish Hare. Jai Jagdish Hare. Prabhu Jai Jagdish Hare.
Jaya Keshavadrita Nar Hari Rupa. Jai Jagadish Hare. Jai Jagadish Hare.
Jaya Narasimha Dev Prabhu Narasimha Dev. Jaya Narasimha Dev. Jaya Narasimha Dev. Jaya Bhakta Prahlad. Jaya Bhakta Prahlad. Jaya Bhakta Prahlad. Jaya Bhakta Prahlad. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Hare Krishna. Well, my name is Krishna Dulal. I'd like to welcome you all to our Sunday Feast program. We're here at the home of our beloved Sri Sri Gaura Nitai Ki.
Jaya.
And we just finished having Kirtan, and we were singing and dancing and having a good old time, especially in this heat. It's a little cooler on the inside though, so that's kind of nice. And I'd like to see, is there anybody here coming for the first time? Everybody's been here before? Welcome back. Wonderful. And I'd like to also acknowledge the guests online. We've got some guests here joining us. We have Krishna Seva Prabhu. Welcome. You're online when you're here. We've got Mother Ann, Hare Krishna. Dina Garanga Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Mother Leela Mohini, Hare Krishna. Marie, Hare Krishna. Matsi Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Mita, Hare Krishna. Mother Sadhana, Hare Krishna. Mother Sheila, Hare Krishna. Mother Sneh, Hare Krishna. Sunil Prabhu, Hare Krishna. And Braja Premika, Hare Krishna. Okay. Krishna Seva Prabhu is telling me there's somebody coming for the first time in the back. Yes? You're here for the first time? Woo-hoo, let's give him a round of applause. Way to put him on the spot. How did you find out about our gathering?
I usually come for the food, but then I met her and the other one.
Mother Sushma, yeah, Mandalaram Prabhu, right? The restaurant. Yeah, wonderful. Thanks for coming. So nice. We got a little gift for you. Wonderful. Thank you.
Prabhuji here also. It's her first time.
It's your first time too? Okay, well, we got to give a round of applause for you. And you came separately also, or you came together?
No, these are all my friends.
You came with your friends.
Yeah.
Okay, so nice. It's good to have some nice friends, for sure. Okay, so I guess the program for this afternoon is, actually my co-host is here also. Co-host, are you ready to do your thing? She's okay. Great. So we have the good fortune of having Her Grace Mother Sushma here with us today, and she's going to be speaking on the science of Krishna consciousness. And so we look forward to that. Mother Sushma is a big member of our community, has been around for a very long time also with her whole family. On the Yeshika, Surrender Prabhu, are back. And they're always very eager to host special guests when they're coming and visiting from afar. Actually, I think there is one such guest coming shortly, Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. It's next Tuesday, is that correct?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Not tomorrow, day after tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow.
This coming Tuesday. Yes. So, again, always so eager to do devotional service. Mother Sushma right now, recently, she's been spending a lot of time at Govinda's. So Prabhu met Mother Sushma at Govinda's. One of her talents is obviously she's a whiz when it comes to cooking prasadam. And once again, we're going to get a chance to hear from her today. And so I hope if you have any questions or reflections or thoughts that you'd like to share afterwards, there will be time for that. And then we're planning on having a follow-up to our meetings that we had in previous weeks, because we have our big festival that's coming up, which is the Ratha Yatra on the 27th of August. So we're just going to gauge it. We're going to kind of be flexible today and see whether maybe we could fit it in maybe after the lecture in between Kirtan or so. And we'll probably break up in a couple of groups because we have different departments and try to allocate some time to be able to prepare for that. And so I guess without further ado, over to Mother Sushma. Krishna.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunda Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunda Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunda Jaya
and then I will start the stories. And maybe my English will not be proper because my mother tongue is Hindi, but I will try my best. Hare Krishna. Whoever can recite with me, they can also recite. Om Ajnanam Timirandasya Jagyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagan Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadhutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagan Larita Shri Vishakhan Vitansh He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
So we will start with the blessing of Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra Mai and Sudarsha Chakra. So first I will recite the pranam mantra for them. So we will take their blessings and then we will start our class. Shri Jagannath Pranama. Deva Deva Jagannatha Praparnarti Vinashana Trahimam Pundari Kaksha Patitam Bhavasagare. Translation. O God of gods, O Jagannath, the Lord of the universe, please destroy this great distress that has overcome me. O lotus-eyed one, please deliver this fallen soul from the ocean of material existence. Namaste Jagadhara Jagat Atmo Namostute Kevalye Trigunatitha Gunanjana Namostute. I offer my obeisances unto you, the support of the universe, to you, the very soul of the universe. I humbly bow. You are situated above the three material qualities and the impersonal Brahman as well. Yet you are decorated with wonderful transcendental qualities. To you I offer my respectful obeisances. Jai Jagannath. Shri Baldev Pranama. Namaste tu halagrama. Namaste Musala Yudha. Namaste Revati Kanta. Namaste Bhaktavatsala. Translation. Obeisances to you, O holder of the plough. Obeisances to you, O wielder of the mace. Obeisances to you, O beloved of Revati. Obeisances to you, who are very kind to your devotees. Namaste Balinam Shrestha.
Namaste Valinam Krishna.
Namaste Dharani Dhara.
Namaste Dharanidhara.
Pralamba Namaste Tu.
Palamba Namaste Tu.
Trahi Mam Krishna Purvaja.
Krishna Purvaja.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Balaram, the best of the strong and the support of the earth. Obeisances unto you, O enemy of Paralamba. Please deliver me, O elder brother of Krishna. Shri Balram Dev ki Jai. Subhadra ji pranam mantra. Devi tvam Vishnu Mayapi. Mohayanti Characharam.
Mohayanti Characharam.
Hriday Padmasan Sansthasi. Vishnu Bhavunusarani. Jai Devi Bhakti Datri. Prasida Parmeshwari. Jai Devi Subhadratvam. Tvam Bhadradayani. Sarvesham Bhadradayani. Translation: O Devi, you are Lord Vishnu's Maya, and as such, you cause the bewilderment of all moving and non-moving living entities in the universe. Situated on the lotus seat of your heart is great loving devotion to Lord Vishnu. All glories to you, the bestower of bhakti. You are famous as the supreme controller. All glories to you, Subhadra Devi, the giver of the auspiciousness to one and all. Srila Subhadra Mata ki Jai. Shri Sudarshan Pranam Mantra. Sudarshan Mahajwala. Koti Surya Samprabha. Anjana Timirandasya. Vaikuntha Labdha Pradarshaka. Namaste Nitya Vilasada. Vaishnava Astra Niketana. Aviryam Yadarupam. Vishnu's Tat Pranamami Aham. Translation: O Sudarshan, your great effulgence is as brilliant as million of suns. You dispel the darkness of ignorance and thus reveal the path to the eternal world of Vaikuntha. I offer my obeisances unto the brightly shining Sudarshan Chakra, which never fails to offer all protection to the Vaishnavas. I humbly bow before Lord Vishnu's weapon of irresistible strength. Sudarshan Chakra ki Jai. So, I'm thinking, I do not know, but how many you have been to Puri, to Jagannath temple? Very few of them. But all of you must be aware of who is Lord Jagannath. Most of us are from India as well, and I think even in our Western, Jagannath ji is coming to every city, every place. So most of us are well acquainted with him. But I was listening to different lectures from Prabhuji's and Mataji's. Then there is one Mataji, Nitya Sevini Mataji. She is serving in Vishakhapatnam, and so she gave lecture on Jagannath's stories, all pastimes. She said, like, she was not saying any philosophy, and she loves to speak the stories, and I also I also always recite stories, and I always read them. So I thought this is the best way to share with you. So Jagannath ji's glories and pastimes are given in Skandha Puran, and the particular chapter name is Purushottam Kshetra Mahatmya. In that everything is described elaborately. In Bhagavad Gita, verse number 4.8, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanatthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. In that, Krishna is saying that I come time to deliver my devotees, and we always think that Krishna is coming in all different incarnations just to kill the demons, but while protecting his devotees, he just do that work on side actually. That is not the main reason for which he is coming to the earth again and again. So, and as we know that God loves to reciprocate with his devotees all the time. And if we hear about like other incarnations, Krishna, like he came in animal form as well, in Varaha, in Matsya, and then we know about other forms. He came in Ram, Krishna himself, and that time he was doing different leelas. So, but as a deity, how Jagannath ji is doing leela, that is given in like there is one particular diary which the Pandas who are serving in the temple of Jagannath Puri, they write down every day. Every day they maintain their diary, and then I will tell about this later on, and then they dig it inside the earth. They dig a hole and then they just like put that inside and cover it with the mud. And later on, whenever they want, they pull it out again. What is the reason? I will tell you later on. But these are all stories are from that particular book only. In this, Mataji was saying, and we all know that time to time when Krishna came, some devotee was calling for them. When Sri Ramji came, we know about it. When Krishna, Prahlad Maharaj was calling for Narasimha Dev, and then Narasimha Dev appeared out of love to protect Prahlad Maharaj. And then Vrishni and Sutapa, they both of them husband wife, they did austere for many years to have Krishna as their son, and then they become Devaki and Nand Maharaj and Vasudev. So this is how Krishna came. And we know in Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is on the right side, Advait Maharaj was calling him because his heart was so much in he was feeling the sadness after seeing all the jivas, all living entities suffering in this material world. So he was praying to Lord continuously that Lord, please come and save us from this fire which is going on in Kali Yuga. So he was every day he used to do that, and after hearing his prayer, Lord appeared as a devotee himself to teach us how we can call Krishna, how we can pray to Krishna, and what is the proper way. And in this thing, Lord appeared, Jagannath also appeared. So why he appeared, there was also multiple reasons behind it. Who was calling for him? Many of the reasons. One of them is Narad Muni. Narad Muni, we all are aware of him. Like he goes from one place to another place, and there is no story, no katha which is complete without him. Each and every story, Bhagavatam, wherever you will read his appearance is always there, and he is behind all the kathas all the time. So we all know about this story, most of us, that all the queens of Krishna, they all were curious to hear about Krishna, that how was his pastimes in Vrindavan. They were not part of the Vrindavan with gopis. So all the time they used to see Krishna remembering gopis' pastimes. So he was they all were so curious to hear about him. So they went to Mother Rukmani and asked her that, can you please recite the stories of Vrindavan, the pastimes, sweet leelas of Krishna with gopis. So they said, okay, we will do it, but they should not come and hear it. If Krishna, Balram or Subhadra Ma will came, then they will be in sadness, and it will be hard for them to resist, and they can go back to Vrindavan. So they said, let them not come here, and for that they asked Subhadra Maya only to protect, to be a guard on the door, so nobody will come. And then when Mother Rukmani was reciting all the stories, from somewhere, whenever we are glorifying God, there is no way that he can resist. He has to appear there. So somehow Balramji and Krishna, they both came, and they were sticking with the door and hiding, but they were listening to the old stories, and out of ecstasy and happiness, their all limbs went inside. So the form we are seeing is that form of Jagannath ji. If you will see, the eyes are like big open. There is no eyelid on them. The hands are straight and we don't even see the legs. So when Narad Muni saw this form, he came and he prayed to Lord Krishna and asked him, can you please be merciful and show this form to the Jeev of Kali Yuga as well. So please come in this form. So this is one reason. The another reason was Brahmaji. When Krishna gave the duty to Brahmaji to create this material world, this universe, not only our earth, there are many, many more earth like this and other planets as well. So when Brahmaji came to know that he has to create this material world, but he knew that in this material world, each and every living entity has to suffer. This place is Dukham Shashvataram. So basically here everybody has to suffer. So he was very sad from inside. Then he prayed to Lord that, see, you have given me this work, I will do it. But how should I take this, and what will be like, how they will get delivered? So then Krishna said, okay, I will come in a Satyuga, Kali Yuga as well, and I will come in a form of Jagannath ji. And before this I will be as a Neela Madhav in Nilachal Pradesh. I will stay there for many, many years and then I will come to Puri. And this is how whoever will take my darshan once, he will never come back to birth and life cycle. So this was the second reason. Then third devotee was Mother Parvati. You all know who is Mother Parvati, wife of Lord Shiva. She is mother of all us Jiva as well. So one day Narad Muni took the prasad of Mahaprasad of Jagannath ji, like Lord Vishnu, and he was in so much ecstasy and happiness that he was singing song and he was dancing and he was very happy and he was in complete different world. And when he came to Kailash and Shankarji saw him, Shankarji thought, what exactly has happened to him today? Why he is so happy? And he asked him, what you have done, like why you are so happy? He said, today I just took the remnant of Mahaprasad. So Shankarji was very, he said that you did not share it with me. Everything you shared with me, how come this time you did not share? So then Narad Muni just saw at his hands and there was a tiny particle of Mahaprasad which was stick to his finger. So he gave that small tiny particle to Shivji and say, here you go. So Shivji also took it and he was also in ecstasy and he was also in a loving mood and he was also singing and dancing. Both of them were in different world. Now Parvati, being a wife, was sitting and watching him from a distance, and as we wives are always, we go and ask like, why you are laughing, why are you sad? So she also went there and she said, how come you are so happy today? Like what exactly has happened? Why you did not share this with me? So Shankarji told him that because I got remnant Mahaprasad from Narad Muni got it from Vishnuji. So now Parvati was very upset, like, I am your wife, your half body. Have you shared it with Narad Muni shared it with you. How come you ate all together? Like why you did not share it with me? So this is not fair. And she was really upset. In this condition now, Vishnuji is like a brother to Ma Parvati. So in this family drama he came and he thought to pacify Mother Parvati. So he said, I will come as a Jagannath in a Kali Yuga, and there you can relish lots of prasadam. I will offer you lots of prasadam. Everybody will, he said, I will give it to you. Then Ma Parvati, being our mother, she said, I am not the only one who will take that prasad. I want that prasad to be shared with all my children, and we all are her children. So that whole prasad, she said, she will share with us actually. So then Jagannath ji said, okay, I will come in that form and I will take lots of prasadam. And then you can share with all the living entities. So this was the third reason. And then Indradyumna Swami Maharaj, Indradyumna Maharaj, Indradyumna, that is the true pronunciation. He was king of Puri at that time. And he was a great devotee. Every day he used to, like when in his courtyard, internally in his heart, he was not that happy. Every day he used to think, when I will take the darshan of Supreme Personality of Godhead from my eyes, Every day he used to think like that. So whenever any saintly person will come to his courtyard, he will ask him that how I can take darshan of Supreme Personality of Godhead. What should I do? What should I recite? Like how should I do puja? What sadhana I can do? Then one day one Maharaj came to his courtyard, and then he was sitting on his throne. He came and he gave perfect respectful obeisances and then asked the same question. Then Maharaj revealed that you should go to Neelanchal, and there Nila Madhav is there, and you should take his darshan. So this is a very, very big story, and it's a very interesting story as well. Maybe I will say maybe 100 of pages, and each and every character of the story, the king, the मंत्री को क्या बोलेंगे इंग्लिश में, minister, then his pujari who was the pandit over there, and the sadhu, and how this has happened. Each one of them were great devotees and pure souls. And then the Neel Madhav came as Jagannath ji to Neelanchal. But this was the fourth reason for which he came, and then but he was not able to take darshan immediately. He has to go through lots of austerities and many things, and at last when he was doing Ashwamedha sacrifices continuously for 100 of years, something like that, very long time period, then by the end he came to know that how Jagannath is going to appear. He appears in a form of a log, a tree log, and it is said that that tree log was hair of Lord Vishnu, who is reciting in Shirodakshai ocean. That is the hair which is in a form of log came to the shore of ocean, and then everybody pulled it outside and carved beautiful Jagannath and Baldev and Subhadra out of it. Now these are the reasons why Lord has appeared. But when Lord has appeared, I do not know how many you read about it, but long time I have read about it. I did not remember whole the story, but I know that the much I know I will share with you. All other deities are permanent in the temple. They are standing there. But Lord, the original deity, comes outside on the streets every year, and he on different places. And by the mercy of our beloved Srila Prabhupada ji, he is coming to Western countries as well, and almost around the year, I will say, the Rath Yatras are going on different places. So he is the only deity in a wooden form, basically. Daru Vraksha. It is from the neem in back home. Most of us, we know the neem is a tree, and that is the tree by which we carnate this Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra ji. But till date, when there is a Nav Kalevar means new, Kalevar means the body. So Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra, they get body after few years, and that is also decided to Ashar. What is that? Can you? 16 but in a year when two Ashar Paksh is there, right?
Something like that.
Some auspicious day when two of them are in that particular year, then this Kalevar needs to take place. And it's not normal procedure, it's still going on. You will be amazed to hear that how this happens. So the Pujari, he sleeps in a Mangla Devi's temple. Mangla Devi temple is nearby in that area, and Devi is the Adhishat, she is the protector of that area basically. So the Pandit, like Panda, with whole purity, he will go and sleep there every night. It can take months. Then he get dream. In dream, she will tell in which direction he has to go. Then that Pandit, he will start running, and all the team will stay with him. Even the government, police, they are also their teams are also protecting them, and they also go with them. So they all run behind him, and he, if you will see, he runs like a madman. We cannot, when we will see he's a madman, why he's running like that. But he is in a complete different world at that time, in completely different mood. He has that vision in his mind, and he just runs and runs and runs. He jumps from any wall, and he goes like crazy. one time Mataji was saying that it was 22 days continually that Pandit was running on one direction. He has reached MP. MP is one Madhya Pradesh in India. This is one province. It's far away from Odisha. It's far away from that place. So he was running continuous for 22 days, and after that he reached that place and he went inside the house of a Muslim who used to practice Islam, and then tree was inside and he went inside and immediately hugged the tree. But the problem was that the Muslim guy, he was not ready to give up the tree because he said it's against my religion. We don't do DT puja, so I cannot give you tree for DT puja. It is not allowed in my religion. Now the whole government and everybody tried to have a communication with him, but they were not ready. Finally, what has happened, when they were sleeping, a lady came in the dream of each and every member of that house and requested and said that if you will not do this, it will be inauspicious to you, so you have to do it. Finally, they decided in the morning. They started getting some disease on their body. They understood it that it's not in our hand. We are ordinary people. So they agreed to give it. So this is the condition. Till date, these things are going on. And when that they find the tree, if in between he is running and suppose he has find the tree, then they have to check for some other things as well. Whether there is a nest on the tree, the birds are there, those particular birds are there. Whether there is a home of a snake nearby, and not an ordinary snake, he has to be cobra and he has to be alive. And then they see that where there is a nearby temple is there, Shiv temple has to be nearby. There are so many things they look for that. If that is not there, then they give up immediately. Then that Pandit go back to the same temple and sleep there for again multiple nights till he will get another dream and direction towards its side. Then once this is done, everything they carved, and when they are looking for the logs, the Jagannathji log has some hood type of thing on the tree. If you will see Jagannathji, you will see the hood on the top. So that is the particular tree they will take for it. For Subhadra, they check for a small yellow mark on the tree, and it has to be there. When they see, then they come to know, okay, this is the tree for Subhadramai. Same for the Balram. They see for the white dot on the tree, and when they see that, then they think, okay, this is the right one. This is the way they do it. After they bake the deities and everything, then there is one Pandit who is very old, who gets a dream and who gets time to time he gets body how to say that, symptoms on the body. If an ordinary person like us will see that Pandit, to us he will appear like a madman. But he is in ecstasy because he has to change the soul from the old deity to the new one. He has to deliver, I am calling it soul, but it is called Brahman, something like that. Brahma or Brahman? Brahman. So from one deity, he has to put in another deity, new form. So that particular night, whole Orissa, this Puri, there is no light on the streets. It's completely dark, no electricity, nothing. Nobody is allowed to come on the roof at that time. So nearby area, especially temple area, and then these that particular Panda who is very old, they put blindfold, they put the black one cloth on his eye, then he goes inside and then he does it alone in that temple court inside the Garbhagriha. Garbhagriha, internal, what do we say, altar, right Prabhuji? Correct? Altar? Where the deities are reciting, the internal part of the temple. So there he will go, and after doing this, within few days, it is always there. Why it is like this, nobody knows. But he leaves his body and go back to Godhead. He never comes back again. And all his family members, not only his family members, there are particular families when let someone pass body from their family, they have to remove their hair. So they remove and do all the rituals for 40 days. So this is the Lord Jagannath who is going to come to our Ottawa after long time, maybe 10-15 years. Very long time. Like we used to have Rath Yatra in Ottawa, and we have Rath Yatra in Montreal and Toronto, but by mercy of the devotees, and He's so merciful that someone must be praying from inside, pure devotee, and Lord is listening to us and He's coming to us in our city as well. So after this, there is a cremation as well. Earlier they used to put, what do you call? Yes, earlier they used to put in a water tank actually, but what was happening that because it was a big log in a form of TT, log after log after log was piling up and the water was going down, and there was a time when there was no water in that tank. Then they decided to bury the DTs. So there is a particular place in a courtyard where they will dig big holes. That is the only area, and then one on top of each other they will bury the Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra ji. So they are the previous one, and the new one is already there first. So this is the whole story of Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra. If you have time and if you are really interested to know about the Lord, you can go and Google Navakalevar, and you will get the whole information about it. And this is how you will be able to connect with Lord more, and you will be able to love Him more. Basically, we all are sitting here, but few of them, like you, are new to me. So maybe I will say Hare Krishna and all those things to you, and maybe I will serve you, but that intimacy will not be there. But if I know someone from my heart, and from, like, I know Bhavna is sitting there, she comes to my place and we talk to each other. I know about her family, she knows about me. I know about Krishna Dulal Prabhu, I know about Ilya Prabhu. So then the love and affection and the feelings are there when we serve them. So I will request all of you to please read about Lord before coming to Rath Yatra. Then you will know that who is coming and how we are supposed to serve Him. When you will put the robe at that time, then you will think, oh yeah, He is Lord, I know who is sitting there, and now I am pulling Him. So now there are many stories, as I told you. Indrumna Maharaj, when he...
One more thing is that once the burial is done, there will be sutak for 13 days for the family members of the priest.
Yeah, I told, like, they remove the hair and they do the rituals for
After
next.
that, all family members will basically live like their family members have disappeared. And like 13 days of refraining from all the activities, and then it's done.
Right, so I personally was not aware of all these things. I knew the Rath Yatra is going on in Orissa after coming to Western culture, Western country. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, I came to know who Jagannath really is, who is Subhadra and who is Balramji. After meeting Srila Prabhupada only we came to know about him. And the first mercy Jagannath did on me was on Atlanta, on my family basically. We were not aware, but we know that Rath Yatra is there, as we all Hindu knows that we should go and we should participate. So Jagannath gave a very little service to my family, and we all were doing. And after that, like, big Maharaj was there, like Jaya Pataka Swami Maharaj and Loknath Swami Maharaj, and they all were in the Rath Yatra, but I was not aware who were they, but I was among them, and my family was among them, and we were doing service and dancing and all those things. That is the day. After that, I started reading about him, that who exactly he is. So I will request all of you to do that same thing. So Indrumna Maharaj, he after Jagannath came himself, he was a great devotee. He asked for 3 boons. He asked that I don't want any son, because if I will have son, later on he will say that this temple is my property and this will become like this. So I don't want any son in my generation. Jagannath has to belong to all the family members, to whole world. It should not belong only to my family. The second boon he asked that you should never close your eyes. You should never sleep. So you will see that Jagannath doesn't have any eyelids. All the time his eyes are widely open and he is looking at us, and you can see his hands are like this. He's calling all the time, please come and hug me, please come and hug me. But we don't have time for him. So that is the form he is standing. So it's Indrumna Maharaj's mercy on us that he asked second boon that please do not sleep, please do not sleep. The third one he asked is don't have your legs. Why? Because if you will have legs, we know he is very naughty. Krishna was very naughty. He will not stand on one place. So you will not stay in our heart and you will run away. So we don't want any legs. Please stay here only. So Lord is in that form without any legs. This is one version. And another version, Amog Leela Prabhu's lecture I was listening to, and he was saying that if a person runs very fast, you are not able to see the legs actually. So Jagannath is running for all of us from one place to another place to try to reach the devotees and to help us. In that running, we are not able to see his legs. So this is the merciful form coming to our city. So I will request again, please come and see him. He is coming to see us. You should also go and see him. Now I will tell few stories here. And yeah, he asked one more thing, that eat, eat, eat. As many times you can eat. You eat, wash your hands, and before your hands get dry, eat more. We will offer you more. So in Puri, if you will go, all the time they are offering different offerings and chappan bhog and so many, and whole the city is eating that prasadam only. There is no Ekadashi in Puri. In Ekadashi, Mother Ekadashi is hanging upside down at the back of the temple. So the pandas and all the people over there, the local people over there, they don't do any Ekadashi, but that doesn't mean that we should not do. We should do it, but there they don't do it. So this is the another thing. Now I will recite few stories from very nice stories. Maybe I will see how much time will allow me. So the first story is about Vibhishan Maharaj. We all know who is Vibhishan Maharaj.
I have a question about that burial of the diary, the Panda's diary.
It will come up, Prabhuji. It will come up. So Vibhishan, we know about Vibhishan, Ravan's brother, younger brother. So he used to come to Jagannath Puri he come every day basically, that's what they, or yearly basis, to do the offering to Lord Jagannath. So one deity, his name was Pat Joshi Mahapatra Pujari. Pujari means the priest there. So he was there in it. It's not very old katha. It's in 1810. So he was a head pujari, and he was like winding up all things, and every day he used to do all the seva to Jagannath ji, and he saw someone is following him, and he's very huge, like 15 feet, something like that, a huge personality following him. He was very scared, and he turned and he asked, but folded hand, why are you following me? Who are you? He said, I am Vibhishan, and I am so happy with your your service, so that's why I came to have your darshan. So then Pujari was very happy, but at that time there was no selfie that he can click and he can post, he can share with everybody. So he requested that I want to share this with all other people or my family members. So how I will give them proof that you were here? So he gave armlet from his hand and he gave it to Pujari. Imagine how big that armlet must be. Maybe armlet. So imagine how big it is. It is still there in the Pujari's family. No idea. It is as big as the wheel of a chariot actually. Still there at Pujari's place. So whoever goes to Puri and aware of this katha, they go to that Pujari's place to take darshan of that. Then there was Vishwanath Makeup. He was also a Pujari. He was in 1890. He was he was in Ratna Bhandar. Ratna Bhandar means the jewels, where there is all the jewels are kept. We know that like priest who is serving here, we have a small place to keep jewelry of the Lord. So he was there, and out of his greed he has stolen few of the jewels and he ran away somehow. And later on what has happened, that he died. And when everybody went to his house and asked that his wife, like, what has happened, she said that I don't know, it's very mysterious, but I saw snakes coming. So they tried to find where are the snakes, but they couldn't find anything in nearby Vin city. And then they came to know nothing is there. But they came back, and after few days, wife also left the body, and that was the same thing. And they all know actually, whoever is the priest and are the pandas over there, that there is a Shiv deity. The name of the deity is Loknath, and along with there are Nag Devta, snake demigods, who is protecting that area of where they keep all jewelries of Lord Jagannath. So they believe in this, that they went and that was the reason both of them left their body, because they have stolen Jagannath's jewelry. In 1911, there was a person, in 1746, there was a Captain Beetle. He was in a boat he was from France actually, or he was going for a business into Pondicherry. And in a way, something has happened to him, and he was not able to reach properly. So someone was sitting in that boat, and then he instructed him that why don't you call Lord Jagannath, because you are passing by Orissa. This is his place, so just call him for help, and you will see the magic of Lord Jagannath. So unheartedly he thought, okay, I don't have any other option, let me just call his name. So he said, okay, Jagannath, if you are in this area, please help me out and let me reach that particular place wherever he was going. And everything was fixed up and he was able to reach there. So he has donated a big bell which is still in the courtyard of Jagannath's temple. So whenever we go there, we can take darshan. It's still lying there, and his name is also on that bell, Captain Beetles. Then 7th July, there was a Ganesh Mishra. He was a great devotee, and he has written a book, Santmala. Santmala means, mala means we all know the garlands, and Sant means the devotee, like whoever was a devotee, pure devotee of Krishna. So in that he has mentioned about Dasabori. Whoever is from Orissa, most of them, they know this name, Dasabori. He was a great and pure devotee of Krishna, Lord Jagannath. He was very poor. He was not able to offer anything to Lord. So one day he saw a coconut, very nice coconut lying on a corner, and he didn't have much items with him. So he took few of his clothes and he gave it to that person and requested him, can you please give me one coconut? And he took that coconut, and he doesn't have money to go to Puri all the way. So he requested one of the businessmen that, can you please take this coconut and offer it to Lord Jagannath? That businessman took that and he said, okay, but how do you want me to offer? He said, don't worry, if you're not able to go inside and if pandas are stopping you, just stand by Garud Stambha. There is pillar Garud Stambha we call. Outside it is there, and just look at the chakra, Sudarshan chakra, and just pray to Lord Jagannath and tell him that Das Bori is offering you this coconut. Can you please take it? So this person thought, businessman, he was very rich. He thought, what a crazy person he is, and asking me to do all these crazy things. But it's okay, I will go and I will do it. So he went all the way, and he was standing by the side of that Garud Stambha, and he was holding coconut, and he said, without any feeling, he just hold it like this, and he said, oh Lord Jagannath, if you want it to be so, this is the offering with Dasabori, can you please accept it? And all of a sudden that coconut was disappeared from his hand. That particular day he understood what is the potency of a devotee, like how pure he is, and he went back and everybody started to knowing about Dasbori. Another time what has happened, Dasbori purchased 40 mangoes and he wanted it offered to Lord. Now he has such a big cart with the 40, like some basket in which he was carrying that, and he was trying to enter inside the courtyard, but Pandas, they are the protector of Jagannath, they have, like we have to pass them, so they all were standing, give it to me, I will offer, give it to me, I will offer. So he thought, if I will give it to one person, all the Pandas will feel sad. So he decided, okay, don't worry. He just put the bucket, like basket there, and one by one he was holding and asking, Jagannath, take this, and it was disappearing. Everybody was seeing that, but they were thinking, this some black magic is going on. He's doing something, it is not possible. Then they didn't believe him. He said, okay, you go inside and check in the Garbhagriha where the Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra. When the Pandas went inside, Pujaris went inside, they saw all the peels and the seeds of mango were all over the places. So Jagannath was really, like they were eating them one by one. Now, there is another story of Talicha Mahapatra. He was also a great devotee. Talicha Mahapatra used to give garland to God every day. This was his service. So one day he offered garland, and while offering he was remembering Krishna, that Krishna has so beautiful hairs. We can see Mother Anandamayi has painted beautiful Krishna pictures here. So you can see the hair of the Krishna black and like curved. So he was also thinking, oh Krishna, why my Lord like Jagannath in this form, you don't have hair. So he had a darshan that Jagannath has got beautiful black hair, and he was so happy to see, and he decorated the hair very nicely. And when he bowed down and he stood up, it was not there anymore, disappeared. But he thought that I will share with my family member, and so he started telling everybody. Nobody believed him. But there are two versions of this story, because time to time things changes. One person recites, then another person recites. So Mataji was also saying that there are two versions of this. So anyway, so he went and he told everybody. Nobody believed him. Then the another version is that the garland is, whenever king will come as a Mahaprasad, that garland used to go to king, and king will wear it. So they took the garland and offered it to king, and king accepted the Mahaprasad. But when he was smelling the garland, he saw a big straight hair in that. So he got doubted, like, how come this hair is here? So this is a big hair from a lady, or like who, or like to whom you have offered this first. The another version is that the king all of a sudden came to temple, and then name of the Talachi Mahapatra, he, out of nervousness, he was wearing the garland, and he was so nervous that the king will be mad, why I am wearing this. Immediately he removed and he offered it to him, and the hair was found in that. So he said, who has wear this before me? I want to know. So he said that this is the hair from Lord Jagannath. He didn't believe. He said, you have to prove this. If you will not prove, you will be killed within like 24 hours. Talchi Mahapatra was very upset. He went his home and he was praying to Lord Jagannath, you have put me in this situation. Tomorrow he will kill me, no problem. But I'm your devotee, and I have to prove this. Somehow you have to help me. So when in the morning, actually the way he was praying to Lord was very beautiful. There is an intimate relationship between God and the devotee. Like the way if we have really intimate friend, we even say bad words, and oh, you are like this, you are fat, you are eating so much, you are becoming fat now, please reduce this. We speak anything, right? The same way he went and said, you are Kaliya, you are black, not by color, by heart also you are black. See, you have left Mother Yashoda. She used to love you, no, but you were happy that I am going to big city, Mathura. So you were so happy to go there that you left mother and you went with Akrura there. You are really bad, like you are black from your heart. See, you have left the gopis crying on the streets. They were calling you. You are really black. And now I can see you are leaving me. I am going to kill, they will kill me tomorrow. No problem. But I am your devotee and they will tell me that I was lying. So you have to do something. It's okay, I will leave you. I will also leave you. And he went to sleep. But in the morning when they all reached, even the king was there, and out of curiosity, there were many more other people from the town, local people were accompanying him. And when they reached, they saw, even king saw beautiful long black hair, and they were amazed. But king, still because he was king, he was a pure devotee too. He stepped one step ahead and he tried to pull one hair, and the blood started coming out from Lord Jagannath. And when the king saw that, immediately he was fainted. This was the purity of even king. He was such a pure devotee that after seeing a drop of blood coming out from Jagannath, he was fainted. And when they, after obeisances and all, when they stood up again, hair were gone. So only for that particular time, the hair were there. Then now that Prabhuji was asking about it, it is called Mandal Panjanika. This is the book this is a palm leaf book on which they write everything what is happening daily. Now I don't know whether they are maintaining, mother didn't mention about it, but all the pandas, they used to maintain this every day. If nothing will happen and they offered the bhoga, they will write down, today nothing has happened, we have offered bhoga. If something will happen, they will write down immediately. But when so everything is written on palm leaves and it is in an ivory box inside. So when East India Company, the Britishers, when they were ruling there, they were very envious of the famous and the faith Jagannath was having in the local people. They were very envious. What they started doing, they started printing false stories from this Mandal Panjanika. From that particular book, they started writing all false stories and covering up with the original stories. One story will be original, and rest of the story they will change everything. So because of this, the Pandas decided that, and they wanted to destroy this book, the original book, because otherwise they will, somebody will do the research and find out what reality was. So what they did, that they started digging the hole, a big hole, and they started putting it underneath and cover it. Now they pull it out only on the full moon day. And that particular day they write also and they read something from it. Still there, it is still there. So whatever stories we hear is from this particular thing, and not everybody is able to reach that, but whoever is very close relationship with the Pandas, you can take the darshan of that here, it is still there, and this Patrika also is still there. So maybe one of you may try one day. So this is also there. And then there is a Mukti Mandal body who is protecting this particular books, like the way we have in our ISKCON, there is a body who is protecting all Srila Prabhupada's books. Now another thing is, yes, so yeah, so time to time, though the protection is there, but time to time few things happen. So one time what has happened, that a cat went inside the altar and the cat was on the shoulder of Balramji, and when the Pandas saw that, they couldn't understand what to do, and they removed, but they came how to do this, they removed it, but after that you have to purify God. That was the way it has to be. So there was only one way, that around 40 kilometers or 20 kilometers there was a river. From there they will get water and then they will give bath to the deities, and that's way the purification will happen, and then the puja can continue again. So this time what has happened, they reached to that river, but there was no water in that river. So they didn't know what to do, and the king said that we should start doing puja, because Jagannath Prasadam, that is the only thing which they distribute all in the city members, because each and every family is connected with the service of Lord Jagannath's temple. Someone is just making the chariot wheel, someone is just preparing garlands, someone is just preparing the rope once in a year, but whole year they will get prasadam from temple. So the whole families will be there. So king said that we should start the rituals again. But the Pandas were adamant. They said, no, we need water from this river only. So they were standing there for many days, and by Lord's mercy, it started raining and the river was full of water, and then they took water and gave bath. So this is also mentioned. So it was complete lockdown situation, the way we just have experience in COVID. Another thing is, we all know almost, we know about this Sri Sampadaya, Sri Ramanujacharya. He came to Jagannath Puri, and in Jagannath Puri there is no particular system of doing puja. They don't follow Pancharatrika or Tantric Vidhi. There are vidhis, like the ways in which you are supposed to perform puja. So Pancharatri or Tantric, nothing is there. There is a mix-up of everything. The Pandas and the tribes who are there, they, according to their experience, they write down, and that thing they are following throughout the years now. So he went to that place, and when he saw that what they are doing is not proper way, so he thought, he went to king and told the king that this is not the way we should pray to Lord. There should be proper vidhi according to Shastra. So what they did, he started introducing that from tomorrow I will make everything perfect and Pancharatri way. The Pandas were very upset. Like, okay, now he will come and he will do that, so we will be out of service. They all started the way I told you the earlier, that you are a black man, but you are black by heart. So they all started cursing him. You were used to say that you are our good friend, but you are not anymore. We will not get this service anymore. So what has happened during the night? Jagannath ji came into the dream and said, "Do not worry, I will take care of it." And in the night time only, he slept under the tree. Sri Ramanujacharya ji, in the morning when he wake up, he was complete in a different city, far from there. And when he wake up, he saw that he couldn't even understand where exactly he is, and he saw that someone is doing puja there to one deity, and he also went close by, and he saw that they were doing the puja of the deity as a shivling. But when he went nearby, he saw that he is not like a deity of Shiva, he is a Vishnu. And then he told them, said, this is not Shiva, and he showed everything, this is Vishnu, and then he like taught them rules and regulations there. Then there is another story that Kan Foda Hanumanji. Kan Foda means ear, like when the sound is too high, like you feel hurt and you close your ear. So when Pandas used to do puja, it's a shore, like seashore, the sound comes too high. They were not even able to hear their own mantra when they were reciting. So they pray to Lord that though we recite mantra, but we are not able to hear it. So please do something about it. So then Lord Jagannath called Hanumanji, because he is the only person who can help out in this situation. So Hanumanji came and he said that you have to take care of this sound. So Hanumanji standing there, when you will go, you will see the beautiful deity of Hanumanji. There are two Hanumanji. One is Kanafoda Hanumanji. So he is taking all sound in his ear. So Nitai Sevani Mataji was saying when she went there in a childhood, her father told her that you can do obeisances to Hanumanji, but don't ask for any boon or anything. Don't do any prayer because he cannot hear anything. So Hanumanji cannot hear anything there. Then there was another problem that flood water from ocean used to come all the way into the temple. And Pujari, they always used to get disturbed with that. So they went to again Jagannath ji. What is this Jagannath ji? We are praying so hard and serving you, and time to time this ocean comes inside. Now Jagannath ji said, you know that Jagannath ji is Vishnu, and Vishnu's wife is Lakshmi, who is daughter of ocean. So Jagannath ji said, oh, this is very sensitive here, because he is my father-in-law. He is visiting me, so I cannot do anything about this. So it's better if you will, I will call Hanumanji and let him take care of this. So he requested Hanumanji. Hanumanji said, okay, I will take care of that, and he will not come, I will guard. So Pandas, when they came outside, they saw huge Hanumanji was standing, and he was walking side by side and guarding ocean. But after a long time, one day what happened that again flood came. So all they ran and went to the Hanumanji, and Hanumanji was not there. And then all of a sudden he appeared. So they all said, where were you and what has happened to you? Hanumanji said that, you know what, here you are serving prasad, but it is not that spicy, enough spicy for me. I get good prasadam from Sita Maharani in Ayodhya, Shri Ramchandra ji's wife. So I went to Ayodhya to get some prasadam. So I just offered prasadam, and I just came back. They were really upset. They thought if he will go for lunch and dinner like this, then again the flood will be all the time in the courtyard. So they decided to tie him. So there you will go and you will hear the name Bedi Hanuman. Bedi means the chain, and Hanumanji was tied with that chain. He is still standing, and we all can go and take his darshan. He is still protecting there. Another version is that Lord himself has put the chain on his feet, so he cannot run all the time to Sita Maharani. Do we still have time, or?
5 minutes, it's okay.
Yeah, okay. So maybe the last story I will tell you. It is about one king. All these kings, like king after king, whoever was ruling Orissa, especially Puri, they all were great, great devotees. So one time what has happened that they play different games. So one, like, king was sitting and he was playing with his ministers, and he was very much into it. And Pujari came from Jagannath and he bought Mahaprasad for king, and he offered king by side, like, Maharaj, here is a prasadam for you, Mahaprasad. So out of his ignorance, because he was too much into playing, he just he took the prasad from his left hand. But when in Puri, like when you are in that service, normally when we take prasad has to be taken by the right hand. So after that, when this was over, all of a sudden he realized that I have taken the prasadam from my left hand, and he started he became so guilty conscious that he kept on meditating on that thing only. He became really sad, and this was going on for a couple of days. And then one day one of the minister came and saw him in this situation, and he requested that, Maharaj, what exactly is going on? Can you please share with me? So maybe we can help you. Then he said that, yeah, maybe I should share it with you, that I am sleeping at night, but I am not able to sleep properly because one hand is chasing me. I see all the time one hand is coming and showing, like coming in front of me, and he is not letting me sleep. So Pujari said, okay, we will do some rituals and all those things. They did like sacrifices and mantra and all those things. Everything was done. Then they asked again that, are you still suffering from the same problem? He said yes. Then the minister said, why don't I sleep here today and you go and sleep at my palace? So they agreed to it. So he went, and minister was sleeping there. Then at night, same thing has happened. A hand came, minister took out his sword and he just cut that. Hand came into his, he picked up that hand and he went to show it to king. And he said, see, here is the hand. And when he saw, the king himself was without that hand. That hand was of king only. He said, I created this drama because if I would have told you, you will never punish me. But I myself want to punish because I have done this mistake. So because he was a pure devotee, so what they did, they buried it in the courtyard only. The hand was buried there. And by Lord's mercy, a plant came which was full of fragrance. There was so beautiful fragrance and leaves were there. So whenever they were offering garlands or anything, the leaves were also going with that. So the king saw this one day and he said, what this plant is there? Like, I never see this here, and I don't think anywhere it is written in our Shastra that we can offer this plant leaves. So you remove it. He just said that we will, don't offer this. Sorry. So he went, and next day when they came there, the tree was without any leaf. There were no leaf on it. So king came and he said, who was here and who removed it? Who was able to enter inside the garden of Lord Jagannath? The gardener said, no one came here. I didn't see anyone. But when they went inside the temple, Lord Jagannath, he was holding all the leaves on his altar, and they understood. And then Lord Jagannath appeared and said, because you are a pure devotee and that plant is from that only, I am taking it for myself. So as a Tulsi, till date they are offering these leaves to Lord Jagannath. So this is our Lord who is coming to our city. I just shared as many as I could have shared, but you can go and listen to more lectures about him. That's how you will come to know that who is coming to us with open-handed. So you all can go and hug him. Earlier this was a ritual as well when Rath Yatra in Puri, we were able to go and hug Lord. But now because of security and other purposes,
COVID,
and now COVID,
hug each other.
we cannot hug each other. So this is what I was about to share with you. If I have done some mistakes, please forgive me. And Lord Jagannath ki Jai.
But with that being said, just kind of keeping the interest of time in mind, I thought that maybe what we'll do is give a brief update of where we're at in terms of planning for the Jagannath Festival that's there. So we were just going to put up a couple of pictures on the TV screen here. And one of them is of a site plan, so you get to see kind of what it's going to look like. The devotees started to put it together, where the tent's going to go, what kind of, how many tents do we need, how many tables, as well as the parade route. We have like a superimposed map of the parade, and so you can have a look at that. It's just
put it down there, so it should be open. Just zoom. Sure.
there it is. So this is the festival site, which is just one block down the street from here. It's Annie Putaguk Park, and in front here you can see there's the community center. And why don't we just start from our way? So here, right here, we have a rectangle here. It's a 20 by 30 tent. And so the thought of the devotees are that this is where we're going to have prasadam distribution. So the free prasadam that's being prepared, free vegetarian feast. And there are some guidelines that we need to kind of keep in mind. We needed like a flat concrete surface to be able to serve prasadam. So that kind of naturally kind of left up to that spot over there. And in the community center on the ground level, there's a big classroom that comes out onto the patio there. So we've rented that classroom as well. There's running water there, so there's a little sink in the classroom, and it could be a space to carry, to have, you know, different pots or preparation items that aren't necessarily left out under the tent. So we have also access to power there, so there's some receptacles on the wall as well as in the classroom, so if we need to run power, we can do that. Now here, moving down to over here, we have a few tents. Let's see if I remember. Can we see the legend? Yeah, the legend is right over here. So we have 10 where it says 10, those are 10 by 10 tents. So those are the kind of tents that we had for Canada Day. So they're not huge, but just enough to be able to put a little boutique. And the red, we color coded it. The red tents are food vendor tents. So we had a few groups that we've been in touch with. One of them was, well, it's not confirmed yet, so I'm not going to mention the names until we have a full confirmation. But we have possibly 3 food vendor tents. It would be prasadam, also fully vegetarian, and then this number 10, the brown. This would be a first aid rest area. So we're planning on having some devotees who, either maybe nursing background or doctors, because, it may be a warm day or there may be a lot of people out, so it's good to have somebody on standby. So we haven't filled out that schedule completely. So if you know, or if you, have some knowledge of first aid, you could come approach us and let us know. We could do shifts. And then here we have, the purple is a programming tent, or a group of tents. And so this is where we were thinking about having question and answers, and having guests, answering questions on the philosophy, perhaps programming a little cooking class there, a yoga demonstration, like a smaller programmed event over in those tents. And then moving down, we have pink, and pink is the kids tent. So we have 3 tents with kids activities. And for that, we were talking about possibly having face paint, some games, target practice, obstacle courses for the different ages. And the thought behind putting those tents over there is because right behind we have a park here, and with play structures. There's actually a wading pool, but I don't believe the wading pool is going to be open. It's only open for another couple of weeks. And so that's the thought with that. And then here we have a main stage. So I think Krshna Prabhu is able to secure some tent rentals for us, which was a big feat, to trying to get tent rentals at this stage in the game. And so here we have 2 20 by 30 tents that are put close together, and a stage. We're thinking stage about 28 by 16 feet. They're with movable blocks, so they're each part is about 8 by 8 or something like that. So all together we'll put those platforms together at 28 by 16. And then the thought was, originally devotees were suggesting having Lord Jagannath on the stage, or close by to the stage, right? So that, there could be Kirtan happening for Lord Jagannath, there could be activities there. And so we started some devotees were saying that, well, 28 by 16 is not all that much space if you have some Bharatanatyam dance that's happening and other events. And Lord Jagannath, he's pretty big, as we heard, He had a bracelet the size of a chariot wheel, right? So, armlet, right? So one thought that's developing right now is possibly putting a tent on either side that would be specifically dedicated to Lord Jagannath, and also with a platform stage that goes. The thought was even higher than the stage, to have the Lord on a platform there, and that way it could be somehow angled, maybe on this side or on this side. We'd have to check with the pundits, and then on whatever other side we would have a small tent which would be with walls, and that would be for dancers getting ready or for drama production, face paint, those kind of things. And then we've ordered 20 tables, 6-foot tables. And 25, I think, and about 200 chairs. So we have a lot of chairs, some to be able to put out within the tents in front of the stage. Moving along, white is we thought to have a little farm tent. We have Terkadamba Farm in Russell, so we have some produce and vegetables. So talking a little bit about the farm life. And then 10 over here, blue. This was going to be the boutique. So. We have some merchandise now. If you see in the back already, Madhava Karani Janaki and Krishna Seva Prabhu, they ordered some paraphernalia from India. So we have tulsi beads, japa bags, I can see. Nice Jagannath pins also, right? And different, we have clothing items also that I don't think are out. So the idea is that we would have a little boutique over here. Next to the boutique, there's a book table, or book tables, with books for distribution, for sale. And then the yellow here, we have kind of like an information tent. So as you enter onto the soccer field, you would have an information tent / donations, right? So obviously this is this event is not going to cost us nothing to put with the actual the bringing the chariot down, right? Getting the security, rentals of the tents, flowers, so many other items. Just as we were talking about it last week, Hare Krishna, we're looking like easy $20,000-$25,000 already where we're at. Now I know we have some generous donors already who have offered to help out. So I'm confident that. Necessary funds will manifest themselves one way or another. But so that's going to be our tent. So we'll have a tent set up over there for donations and information. And that's kind of the preliminary site plan that we had to submit to the city. So we've been in touch with the city, letting them know. They're asking, how many persons are you expecting? And originally, when we signed up for this whole process to get started, we were thinking, we'll have 100, maybe 150 persons. They're like, no problem. But then devotees started saying, I think there's going to be 1,000 persons. And I started motioning to the city a little bit, there might be 1,000 persons coming. They're like, okay, this is a problem now, right? So then they started to come and say, are you sure, right? If you're going to have that many persons coming, then there's a whole different process that's required with permits and extra things. And so, we kind of scaled it down a little bit, right? Because yes, we may be expecting a lot of persons coming, but that doesn't mean that we're going to have 1,000 persons at one given time coming. It's a whole day event, right? There's the chariot side. So we told them, we pacified them by saying, no, I think it's safe to say we'll be under 500. As long as we're under 500 at a given time, then it's okay. But it's very difficult for us to gauge how many persons are going to come to a festival, right? Because we may have 50 core devotees, but Facebook, 1,000 people are going to say they're coming, but out of those 1,000 persons, Krishna Seva Prabhu saying, maybe 100 might come, right, or so. So, and then weather plays a big factor too, depending what that day is going to look like. So obviously we're hopeful, but that's the festival site plan. Now maybe before we go to the second section, I was just going to maybe see if devotees, do they have any questions maybe or thoughts by looking at the site plan? No, it looks okay? Okay, great. So let's go on to the parade route. So this is the parade route. As you can see, Lord Jagannath is right over here. And this street right here is Somerset Street. the street over parallel to us is Templeton. So the parade is going to start on Templeton, but at the bottom of Templeton. So right pretty much by the river here, Range Road. This is where we would have a staging area. And then the parade's going to go down range all the way up to Laurier, which is a hill. And we got calculations from Ashish Prabhu saying that we should be good if we have 45 persons pulling the chariot up a hill. So in Ashish Prabhu we trust. So, and then we're going to turn left on Laurier, all the way to King Edward, which is this street right up here, down King Edward, then turning left on Templeton Street, on Somerset Street, passing right by the purple dot here, that's the temple, and then down Sweetland, and then arriving at the park. Any questions? Okay, so bring your energy, you know, eat your khichdi in the morning, right? It'll be good. And then, you know, we'll have the hill that we're going down the hill, you know, afterwards. So that's the update right now. Again, it's 4:54. We wanted to have a little bit of time for Kirtan. So we're going to have some Kirtan. But my suggestion is during Prasadam time, why don't we divide it up into groups? If we have certain departments, I know we have some devotees from the Prasadam team. Why don't you sit with your friends in the department, right? Or logistics, or you know, staged events, or whatever it is. We can come together, right, and start to meditate on that. It's a worthy cause to talk about. So we'll spend some time for that. Myself, also Krishna Seva Prabhu will be here. So if you have also any questions, anything that we can answer or help with, then we'll be happy to do so. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki Jai. Shri Gaura Nitai ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Krishna Krishna